Alright guys, so in today's video, I want to go over the top 5 creative maps in Chapter 5 Season 4 for your guys' improvement in 3 aspects. That's going to be mechanics, it's going to be aim, and it's going to be fighting. I want you guys to understand that these are maps that are going to be extremely useful for you guys in Fortnite competitive, so playing them every day, every other day, or as much as you can in general will really help you improve a lot. Without wasting any more time, let's hop right into this video. So guys, to begin, the first map is going to be Free Build versus 1000 bots. This is by Martaz. As you guys know, Martaz is one of the most crafty fighters, peekers, shooters, aimers in the entire world. He's very creative. You guys have probably seen a lot of his fighting videos on his YouTube channel. However, this map is extremely good because it's pretty simple. It's just a free build map. However, as you can see in the area around me, there's going to be so many bots that you guys can free build on, you guys can edit on, you can piece up, you can work around moving around, you can practice your piece control, your peeks, your movement. All those things are easy to practice in this map simply because it's such a really good map for free building. It's low latency, and also there's so many bots that have very little health, so you hitting them even one time will eliminate them. This is really good in my opinion because I think that this map really helps with your overall spatial awareness, knowing where people are, knowing how to move in between people. You guys can also practice tarping in this map. I think that's a crucial aspect that a lot of people miss. But I truthfully believe that the Free Build vs 1000 bots by Martaz map, that is a really good map that I think everybody should try to use. The codes for all the maps are going to be in the description. Please check them out there. And let's get right into the next map. Now guys, the next map you guys have probably heard of. It's going to be Raiders Mechanics map V4. This is one of my personal favorites simply because it has so many scenarios for every type of mechanic. You can do aim in this map, you can do piece control, you can do free building, edits, crosshair placement, pretty much anything you can think of, it can happen in this map. However, what I would recommend you guys use this map for is the piece control sections. As you guys probably know, Raider does have a piece control map already. However, in my opinion, this is better because it takes the most important and crucial drills from that map and puts them into this one. And alongside that, there's going to be plenty of other drills. It's going to be free building, editing, crosshair placement, moving, and static. In my opinion, you can't pass up on that opportunity to play in this map. What I would recommend you guys do for this is you try to play it for around 30 minutes if you're going to be playing it. Go through a lot of scenarios or pick out a couple that you feel that you need to improve on and then try to work on those specifically. I also believe that this map really rewards people who are actually good at what they do. So for example, if you guys are doing the piece control practice part, if you have any variety of visibility in front of the enemy bots, you're going to get damage and you're going to pay for it. This is going to help you guys adapt and learn on how to get into a position where you're not visible or get into a position where you have the best peak. That type of information is crucial, so if you guys are practicing in this map, I'd recommend you definitely continue doing that section and try to perfect your craft because this map kind of forces you to do that if you want to succeed at it. Now guys, the next set of maps are going to be aim maps. I'm going to spend a little bit more time on these simply because I truthfully believe that they're going to be really helpful for you guys. And there's a way I'd recommend you guys actually practice on them. So guys, the first map is going to be the headshot only map. In my opinion, this is the best map for your shotgun aim overall, simply because you guys are going to be pretty much going into these box fights and you're going to be fighting all these people. You can do damage to their body, however, you're not going to eliminate them unless you hit a max damage headshot. A lot of pro players play this map in order to maximize the amount of damage that they do with their shotguns. I think that's actually a crucial aspect of why pro players are playing this map. How they're really getting really good shotgun aim and how much time they're spending on this map is also important. In terms of how much time to spend on it, I'd recommend you guys try to play this map the most out of any map I recommend on this list. Try to play this for around an hour if you can. I know it's a long time, however, if you can find the time to do it, this is going to make your aim better than anybody. Obviously, this doesn't improve your tracking as well. However, shotgun aim, in my opinion, is the most important type of aim in competitive Fortnite. You're going to be using it the most within those tiny little box fights, and I truthfully believe that if you can hit high damage shotgun shots, it's going to help you guys win a lot of fights in your actual game. If you guys want to section this up and play in certain types of ways, the first way I'd recommend you guys play it is no building in these box fights. Just walk into opponents' builds, pickaxe their walls, and just try to get good headshots onto them. The second way I'd recommend you guys try to play this map is you try to go in, start box fighting a little bit, go for edits, go for peaks, and try to be hitting shotguns, headshots on those peaks. That's what's going to help you in those actual box fights, and kind of coupling that effect of peak practicing with also headshot practicing. That's going to come together to make you a really good box fighter. And then the last way I'd recommend you guys play is go for all these free builds, try building, editing, doing pretty much everything you would normally do if you were in a real game fight, and try to hit those shots once more. It's kind of a progression to here, as you guys can see. The first step is kind of just playing and getting those headshots. The second step is trying to edit and peek and get those headshots, and then the third step is free building, going kind of all out and trying to get those headshots as well. I think after around 3 months on this map, you guys will definitely have mastered the idea of shotgun headshots. At least if you haven't mastered it, you will have improved significantly. So I'd definitely recommend this to everybody that's watching this video. Try to play it as much as you can. Now guys, the next map is also a crucial aim map. In my personal opinion, this is the best map for your tracking ability, for your overall SMG, AR aim. In the box fights, that is going to be an incredibly useful skill to have to hit your tracking shots with these SMGs and these ARs. That's going to be, in my opinion, the second most important type of aim you should master. For aim duels, what you guys can do is you can queue up into a public match and then 1v1 aim duel a random player. Or if you guys have a friend or a teammate that you want to practice with, maybe you want to aim duel your duo partner, you guys can go in with them. You can aim duel them and you can easily get a really good practice in with your aim on this map. Once again, I would recommend a 3-tier progression for you guys on this map. To start off, I'd recommend you guys just use the SMG that is going to be the main one you're going to be using in that season's meta. For example, in this season, I'd recommend you guys use the dual micro SMG or maybe some other SMG that you want to use. You guys get that and you focus on practicing how to aim with it, how hitting your shots, specifically headshots if you can. And then after you've mastered the SMG, you guys should move up to the AR. I truthfully believe that using an assault rifle for your SMG slot is actually really good and it's really valuable, and if you can hit your shots with it, it's actually sometimes more effective than using an SMG. And then of course guys, the third tier is going to be using those sort of slow firing weapons like the Enforcer AR. The DMR isn't in the game anymore, but stuff like that, that's what I'd recommend you guys try to do with the third progression tier of this aim duel map. Once again, I would definitely recommend you guys try to play this with a duo partner or queue up into a random match where you're going to be finding somebody publicly, but of course use that progression. Try to go SMG first, then assault rifle, and then those slow firing weapons that you may sometimes have off spawn that you may need to get good at aiming with. Once you guys have polished all those skills in these two aiming maps, you're definitely going to have the aim of a really good player. And then in my personal opinion guys, the final map you should use for fighting, this is going to be Finest Speed Realistic 1v1s. Now I'm once again going to spend a little bit more time on this and explain the progression of how I'd recommend you guys play, but I feel like sometimes the best way to learn how to actually use a map to the best of its ability is to actually just play it. This map has a ranked system, so it has bronze through Unreal, and you guys can use that. You can understand how good the opponent you're playing is, you can understand how good you are, and my recommendation is that everybody every single season should try to get to Unreal in this map. The fighting meta of each season differs, however the fundamentals do not. This map in my opinion really works on the fundamentals the best. Now the progression of how I recommend you guys play this map is you first start off by trying to fight 1v1s against players who are of a lower level obviously, and just focus on the basic minimal movements, not building too much, just getting your shots off, kind of like it is in the headshot only map, just focusing on basic fights, basic movements, retakes, whatever it is. Try to play smart. Then the second tier progression is going to be to try to sort of move around, be offensive, take high ground, learn how to take high ground, learn how to eliminate the opponent as quick as possible, finish off the fight as quick as possible. And then the fourth progression is going to be kind of adaptive. Respond to how they play. If they're playing defensive, or if you know that they're not that good at an offensive advantage, try to focus on getting the offensive advantage yourself. However, if they are offensive, maybe try to play defensive and learn and adapt to how they play, sort of play smart, use your peaks, use your angles. That's the third progression for this map. They also have really up-to-date weapons and items in this map, so it's a really good thing that it's going to be here because it's going to be quick, realistic 1v1s, not too much waiting, no sort of lobby waiting in the background as the old realistics were. You guys can get right into the fighting and practice it as much as you want to. I will say sometimes when you queue up randomly for this and you're 1v1ing a random person, they sometimes do leave, especially if you're beating them. So try to do it with somebody you know, like maybe your duo partner, a friend that you want to practice with, whoever. Just focus on trying to practice as much as possible on this map to improve your fighting. I think everybody can benefit from playing it. Now guys, those are the 5 creative maps that I recommend to you guys in Chapter 5 Season 4. I know I covered some more than others, but I still think that each of these maps is completely useful. I'd recommend you follow the progressions I went over for each of the maps that I have progressions for, and just focus on making sure that you guys spend enough time playing them to the point where you can master the skills on these maps. I think if you master these 5, you're pretty much going to be the best mechanical and most well-rounded player that you can be. But that is about it for this video, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.